In modern Bollywood and Hollywood movies, there is a recent trope of showcasing strong female characters that can take on the patriarchy and show that they are as strong as anyone. However, most of the movies with this pitch of a strong female character fall flat on the box office as they tend to play down or look down upon the male counterparts to alleviate the female characters. To uplift someone, one need not disparage or bring down the other. But this is a line being followed. The same equivalence can be applied to the liberals of India and their closeted love for the Taliban. To condemn the Taliban, just for the optics, the left cabal here has to draw parallels in India to drive their point. Because condemning the Taliban would put a dent in their paycheques, they swiftly target the right wing, the Prime Minister and the RSS, calling it the Indian Taliban. In short, India is already a Taliban-esque state. However, the confused lot that is liberals in the next sentence ask the Indian government to take all the refugees from Afghanistan. Such hypocrisy and lack of cogent thinking makes one wonder how misplaced their allegiances actually are. Hi and welcome. You are watching TFI English, the national socio-political analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Sohil, and in this video I will tell you how the left liberal cabal is working in overdrive to protect the Taliban and blame Hindutva. So let's begin. The falling of Afghanistan at the hands of the Taliban was an opportunity for the people of India to come together irrespective of their political ideologies and unequivocally condemn the barbaric terrorist outfit. However, like a cat on a hot tin roof, liberals could not bring themselves to denounce the Taliban, as that would have meant condemning Islamic terrorism and the archaic Sharia laws. Hence, they shifted the goalpost and made it their strategy to target the current Indian government, the Hindutva philosophy and the right wing. Swara Bhaskar, the social justice warrior, took a sweet time to target Taliban, but even then made a half-hearted attempt by comparing it with Hindutva terror. She tweeted, "We can't be okay with Hindutva terror and be all shocked and devastated at Taliban terror. And we can't be chill with Taliban terror and then be all indignant about Hindutva terror. Our humanitarian and ethical values should not be based on identity of the oppressor or oppressed. Hindutva terror is indeed a reality, and hence the common Afghans fleeing the clutches of one terrorist organization are seeking shelter in India, another supposed haven for Hindutva terrorist outfits." Sounds perfectly logical, Miss Swara. On odd days, India is intolerant for the likes of Swara, but on even days, they want nearly every refugee in the world to come and seek shelter in India. One Meena Kandasamy, who apparently writes for liberal portals like NYT and The Guardian, did not bother about pretenses, and in a rather asinine way showed her mental ineptitude by comparing the RSS to the Taliban. Of course, following the Taliban behavior of not following the second person to present their views, Meena did not open her replies section. She tweeted, "For everyone who wants the quickest way to understand the Taliban, they are more or less the RSS equivalent in Afghanistan." Similarly, propaganda portal The Wires journalist Arfa Khanum Sherwani took to Twitter to share an interview with one Ghazala Wahab, where the two super intellectuals wantonly gelled over the semantics of insurgent and terrorist, while ultimately concluding that Taliban should be called as insurgents since it is good for the optics, sounds toned down, and helps create a pitch for the Taliban to be sold as an alternative amongst the extremists here in India. I call them, as in the Taliban, insurgents because while they use the help of terrorists towards upturning governments, just because they are spreading terror and oppressing women, to say they do not have stakes in the area is foolish. For Wahab, it is no biggie that women are mutilated, raped, stoned to death, kept in inhumane conditions under the Taliban rule. It's also no biggie that the Taliban upturns governments by using lethal force and medieval era barbarity. She further provides reasoning to her claims by stating, "The Taliban is Pashtun Afghani, they are residents, you cannot throw them out for being cruel and primitive." Arfa didn't stop here and used her tried and tested tactics to deviate the attention from the Taliban by bringing the right wing of the country into the conversation and ultimately blaming it for the bad that has happened in Afghanistan or might happen here in India. She tweeted, "Right wing is mocking and trolling Indian Muslims because Taliban have taken over Kabul. Even the worst human tragedies and miseries are just an opportunity for them. Shame on you, Sanghis." An aware netizen astutely pointed out that even when one of the greatest modern tragedies is unfolding in Afghanistan, Arfa and her ilk didn't lose the focus of targeting the RSS, Modi, Sangh and the right wing. The netizen retorted, "Irrespective of what happens in the world, Arfa BV only has words of condemnation for India's Hindus, Sanghis, Modi, BJP, RSS and the right wing. This is laser sharp focus, never losing sight of her objective. Her strategy may change." Similarly, Saba Naqvi, a known leftist, took to guilt-tripping India for allowing the minority populace from Afghanistan. She clearly omitted the fact that the Indian government had opened a portal for the Afghans to apply for the visa, which would be decided on a case-by-case basis. And moreover, once again it became about how India was the criminal and the heartless, not the marauding Talibanis. The terrorist outfit must have been gushing at the work done by their sepoys in plain clothes here. Saba tweeted, "Imagine, India is asking fleeing Afghans, Hindu or Muslim. That's our current contribution to world peace." Rana Ayub, the champion of left liberals, was busy serenading the international news outlets with her cooked up conspiracy theories. Rana shared a video where she did her usual scaremongering trope of Muslims, the 30 crore population minority being tortured and attacked by the fascist government. She tweeted along with the video, "India is asserting itself not as a democracy, but as a Hindu nation that has no place for its minorities." Some sane voices on the internet, however, had a field day, taking a dig at the duplicity and hypocrisy of the liberals. Shiv Arur, the India Today journalist, exposed the liberals with a cheeky meme. Meanwhile, some exposed the Khan Market gang by tweeting, "They say Bangladesh's economy is doing better than ours. In the same breath, they say it is inhuman to send illegal immigrants back. They say we live in Hindu Taliban. In the same breath, they say we should give Afghans shelter since Taliban has taken over." Khan Market gang. Liberals have tried to portray the Taliban as benevolent because they said sorry after killing Danish Siddiqui. They are civil because their gun-wielding spokespersons conduct press conferences. Oh, it's the death of rational thinking in India.